Coach, we asked you a little bit about it yesterday, but what's the energy from the group today in advance of tonight's home opener or season opener?
Excited, but knowing they're prepared. I think us already playing Miami twice in the preseason gives you a clue of what we're going to see, what we're going to face. But these guys are excited to be in front of our home fans, in front of that crowd. It's a great energy that these guys have right now.
Do you have an update on Jaylen and his status for tonight?
Jaylen was able to go through the shoot-around, came up feeling well, so he'll be available tonight.
What do you expect him to start? How do you expect his minutes, and what's the plan there?
I'll let you know right before the game.
Thank you.
What's it mean to get him back and all this process?
I can't tell you how good it feels to have him back on the court. Not just for us, but for him. I think his ability and what he provides for this team, his energy, his journey that he's been on, just to get back on the court, that's what we're most proud of for him. But then obviously the things that he does for us on the court are just at a different level, and we'll need that. And we're going to be smart about how we go about doing it, but just to have him back on the floor, it means the world to us right now.
Both you and him have talked about kind of the mental reps he's had to do, kind of watching on the sideline throughout most of camp. How does that translate into actually now playing, and how much do you have to kind of like ease that in with a new group and new lineup?
Well, we talked about it in our film room, like his ability to know like when he comes in, when he's coming out of the game. But that is actually the beauty of him being out for a period of time. Like during our scrimmages, during our practices, he was coaching a team. And so he's learning the game, understanding the game, knowing what he needs to do, how to talk to teammates, what timeouts look like. Like he was a coach in that moment, which allows him to be the coach on the floor during the game.
He's obviously had a couple practices playing with them now. How have you seen that translate into what you've seen in practices as you get ready for this?
Well, just his voice, knowing what that he sees as the point guard, knowing what guys are trying to do, the positions to put guys in with different lineups and different combinations, just being able to see that and then communicate it to the guys as well.
Coach, obviously we talk about the players' growth all the time. How do you feel like you've grown as a coach going into the season?
The big part for me has just been to continue to lean in on the staff, to grow with these guys. They've taught me, not just our staff, but the players, but to lean and learn from them. They've taught me a ton throughout the years about what the things that they see, the way they want me to communicate with them, the way that I communicate, the way they communicate back to me. It's just been ongoing process, and you never stop growing, so there'll be more throughout the year. But for me, it's just been the ability to grow with this group and them teaching me a ton.
What is it like waking up this morning knowing that the day is officially here?
It's exciting, but it's part of what we've said. No matter what happens in these games, it's about us getting better every day, following our process through and through. And that's what you wake up knowing. You have the same routine, you have the same habits that are going to continue to build towards championship, but it's always about getting better every single day.
How important are those habits it feels like I ask every year about the rookies and their habits, developing a plan. Just how important is that for a guy as like Jason and Noah to get that process of the game day put in place?
Well, with those guys, we actually have the luxury of Jace being around it for so long as a young son of an NBA player, and then Noah, who's been a professional before, and he's out here on his own for the most part. But I really do believe they have a great sense of what it takes, and our coaches have done a good job of giving them certain keys of what they do on their days off, meal plans. We've tried to give them everything that they can have to continue to grow as professionals.
So talking about playing Miami twice, how much film are you pulling from those 2 games in preparation for tonight?
We look at some concepts and some keys that worked versus them, things that we need to clean up, and the 34 fouls and the 38 fouls that we gave them, to the free throw line. We look at those as key pieces, but for the most part, it stays with the concepts of how they play. And we've known Spoelstra teams are going to play a certain way, and you need to know that going into the game.
Do you get a sense just from the community about the anticipation of this season in general? Because it just seems very different.
There's a vibe. There's a definite vibe, and thank God it's a Magic vibe. Our guys are feeling it. They sense it. The energy in the locker room, the energy in the community. The other day we did the walkthrough with the new scoreboard and intros, and you can just feel the building, even though no one's in it, it feels like there's a sense of something big. And I want to keep going back to it is a big thing, and we are going, and there's excitement. We have to continue to make sure we stay with the process of just getting better every single day. And that's what these guys will keep repeating and knowing that's what we're going to do.
You can't skip steps.
We will not skip steps. From day one, we will not skip steps. I'm glad you used that term. I won't use it too many times, but I'm glad you used it.
You mentioned Coach Spo,
Yeah.
who's named it head coach for Team USA. You work with him obviously with Team USA. What does that mean for him to kind of take charge of that program? And you have maybe a few players that could be on that team. You could be a part of that team. Who knows? What does it mean for Coach Spo to do?
He's earned it. He deserves it. He's been a part of it for so long. I mean, being with him in those meetings and being around him, coaching the select team, he taught me so many things when I was his assistant with the select team. Just his demeanor, his approach, his seriousness, his focus, his attention to detail, his tenacity and how hard he works. He's such a great person to take over, and being around him, you can see the humility that he possesses to be able to take that job on seriously and know the weight that it carries. But it's just great to see him get that, that nod.
Now with the Heat team, obviously it's a post-Jimmy Butler era, the Bam Adebayo era. What are your thoughts on that team overall going into the new look for them?
Well, like I just got done saying, it's a Spo coach team. So there's not going to be much difference. It's going to be physical. There's going to be different defenses. They're going to come at you. They're going to attack you. It's going to be a physical game, and he's going to change up defenses, change up offenses, but they're going to be in attack mode all night long. And that's the way Spo coaches. He holds them to a high standard, and that's why they play the way they play. It's great. It really is great. I mean, you walk in every single night, though. There's chess matches every single night. We've got great coaches in this league. That's why you see that it's why it's so open in so many areas, because you've got not just great players, but great coaches putting game plans together that are trying to beat you.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
What's going on? You yourself and the team will put in a ton of work this offseason. How excited are you to put it all on display tonight for opening night?
Yeah, really excited. Opening night's always exciting just to get out there in front of the fans and just get the games going. First one to 82, so just looking forward to getting out there with the guys and having some fun.
We just spoke with Coach Mose and Jaylen. Jaylen is available to play tonight. He hasn't played in some time. Just what does that do for the team and the rest of the guys to see him healthy again and out there on the court tonight?
It's a big boost. Just obviously he's a key part of our team, and we love him, love having him around, love playing with him. So excited to get him out there and hopefully have him out there the rest of the season.
How much different does the team play when he's on the court?
I think he just adds a different element to the team with his defense, his energy, and just his ability to make those big plays in big moments. He definitely gives us an element that we don't have when he's not out there. So definitely excited to have him.
He's obviously gotten some time on the floor with Dez in preseason and in practice, adding Jaylen to the mix. What's the process of kind of integrating and getting everybody kind of comfortable where you're going to be on the floor together? And how has that process started in practices and the time?
Yeah, just going through our sets, playing together. Obviously, we want Desmond to be Desmond. We want him to go out there, be aggressive on his shots. That's what we need him to do. So, we want him to go out there and let loose.
Facing the Miami Heat, you faced them twice in the preseason. Just is there any extra juice tonight for opening night against a team like that?
I think in-state team, in-state rival, same division. We always have battles against them. So, last year we went up there, won in the season opener in their place. So, they're going to come in here. I'm sure they didn't forget about that. So, we have to be ready to play and just be focused from the jump.
How would you evaluate the team's readiness to start this season? Maybe compared to years past.
We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. Ready as we've ever been, and everybody's excited.
Did you watch any of the games last night?
Yeah. No, I did. I watched first game and then didn't watch much of the second game, but yeah.
Does that kind of add to the excitement of the day? How much have you been anticipating, or how much will you be anticipating 7 o'clock?
Oh, it's a lot of anticipation. It's always exciting when the year starts. Kind of feels like the start of school back in the day. And yeah, it's just you're excited because it's a long journey and this is the start of it. And yeah, you just gotta take it one game at a time and have fun while you're doing it. Yeah.
Jaylen, you put in so much work to make this a reality. How rewarding is it to be available on opening night?
Yeah, very rewarding. I don't think I've sat with it too much yet. I've really just been excited to get to 7 o'clock. But just going through shoot-around this morning, watching the film intently, knowing that I'm going to use these things tonight to come out, and put them into action, it feels great, honestly. I'm sure in my reflection I'll feel some emotion, both happy and emotional. But I mean, this is just such a special moment, not only for me, but everyone who's poured in. Like, this was not just my journey, whether from Ryan back up in Chicago to L'Oreal here doing all the soft body, to everyone on the medical staff, Arnie, Sunil. It's been a full group effort getting here, so I hope everybody gets to enjoy, that celebration, and I get to help put out a good product tonight.
What are your expectations for tonight, for yourself, for the team, for playing minutes wise? Just what do you see going on tonight?
Could just continue applying the things that I've tried to build up over the summer. That's good strength, good confidence, good trust in my intuition. Trying to overthink plays and whatnot. Really building up. What I feel like my instincts are. Hammering those home so that I can just go out and beat. And that's all I want to do tonight. Have fun. Enjoy opening night in Orlando. Special time. I haven't had one in a couple years, so very excited to start the year off here on a couple games, and really get to build some real momentum going into first road trip in the beginning of the season. So I'm just excited to step foot on the court, to be honest.
Just said media day that he was kind of targeting opening night for you to come back. How long did you feel like that was a realistic goal for you to be able to play tonight?
Sorry. I wanted to be ready by start of camp. So, just knowing that and accepting, that wasn't the reality of the situation, and there was more time to be patient, it was a bit challenging. But him coming out and saying that, I think also gave me a bit more confidence. It gave everybody on our staff a bit more confidence to, this is a target day that we can realistically hit. And like I said, every day we've been hammered at home, whether it's in here and physically going through things, weight room, on court, on off days, no true off days because it's been a ton of body work. And getting everything else around the knee and the knee right. So really just such a long process, but I think it's came at the right time, to be able to start the year off, no matter how it looks, no matter how long it is, just to be able to be on the floor with the guys, to start to build up that repertoire, that gel, that chemistry in real time, rather than just sitting and watching. It's going to be really big time. So like I said, I'm just excited to put the jersey on, run out there for warm-ups, see what the night holds.
You had a couple practices to kind of get in tune with your teammates on the floor. You said you were doing kind of mental reps on the sideline, but what was the process like of actually getting on the floor with Desmond, back with Paolo, with the guys again, and trying to build that chemistry?
Yeah. Very important. I mean, for me, a lot of it is just like building, like I said, the intuition, and the instinct that I have and that I've been trying to work on, just trying to apply it in real time, allow that to mesh with everybody. As time goes on, it's not going to be perfect. It wasn't perfect. But it was great stepping stones. I thought I did great. I felt great body-wise, confidence-wise, and just being out on the floor kind of brings back that natural feel for the game. So, really just constant communication with the boys, speaking out the things that I'm feeling, things that I'm seeing, places where they want the ball and places where I think we can, be a lead at, and then just keep harping on it. It's not going to be, as it should be, at the end of the year come playoff time on day one, but we can start that process of it right now. So.
Jaylen, you play with fire and excitement anyway. What is opening night Jaylen like?
It's funny. I woke up this morning. I was going to turn on all my turn-up hits, and I had to slow it down. I didn't want to waste that energy too early, for real. But I feel like I've been working so much just on the in-between game, on pacing myself. I'm playing at 100 miles an hour instead of 2 and instead of at 0. So I think it'll be a lot of that. There's going to be emotion naturally. Especially pregame, but once the tip-off goes, really just settling into the game, settling into the things that I've continued to work on, that I've been building this summer, and working on that process, our process as a team, rather than just letting my true emotion, just kind of fully come out and take the best of me. I want to learn to harness it, and tonight's another opportunity to do so. So it'll be fun. I'm going to be a little crazy, but it'll be a harnessed crazy.
What have you seen from the team's readiness to play tonight to start this season?
Yeah, we've been locked in. Every practice has been really intentional. Everybody's been really focused on details, both in the film room and in real time. And the things that we are going through, especially in 5-on-0, even in 5-on-5, stopping play, slowing things down so we can have the dialogue to get on the same page and to find, deeper meanings of things, whether that be next actions, better looks, good to greats, or specific ways we want to run sets or defend sets. So I think everybody's mindset has been so elite all throughout camp. And the fact that, day one is here, or game one is here, I should say day one. But game one is here. I'm really excited for everybody to just get out there and play, have fun, enjoy the Kia Center full, show Dez and Tyus, Jace, Noah what the city's really about. Come regular season, we have everybody in the hole behind us. So very excited to get rolling. We've been very dialed, and this is the easy part, honestly. Going out to play is the easy part.
It's one of 82, but, how badly do you want to win the season?
Oh, man, we want to get off to a hot start. It's not just this game one. We want to get off to a hot start in general. So we have a ton of focus, a ton of intentional work going into not only tonight, but the next 2, 3, 4, 5, and then letting that carry over. We're taking it a game at a time, but with the understanding, because we have to, that we want to get out to a hot start. You saw different teams do it in the past. Getting out to a hot start is crucial. Being able to ride that wave of momentum, you kind of build up, who you are, and then let that carry over throughout the season. So, we're really intentional right now, and I'm excited for everybody to see the product of that.
Thanks, Jaylen.
Appreciate y'all.